Hey guys, Miss V. So we're going to start today on our cell structure notes. So you need to go to your classroom or our classroom and find your assignment that is titled Cell Organizer, Cell Organelle Organizer. This is just going to be the slides. So it tells you on page 40 and 41 of your online notebook. So make sure you also are opening up your online notebook, the one that should be saved, hopefully in your drive. And so you're going to go to page 40 and 41, and you can see that these tables are here. And inside these are where you can click, and you should be able to go ahead and type. Okay. So as you go through, as I show you through these slides, I'm going to go pretty quickly. You are more than welcome to go ahead and pause them. You're going to put in what is the organelle, which I've already done, and it should be all the same. Then you're going to type in the function here, any special info or information you may have here. You can also put in these. I put these little boxes over here, so if there's a different name that helps you remember it, okay? And you can also put in here, a good thing to put in here is if it's in plant or animal as we go forward. And then you can, I want you to insert an image. Once you guys finish this through this slide presentation, then what I want you guys to do is go ahead and make sure it's on share settings here so that I can see it, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go through this PowerPoint pretty quickly, so don't be afraid. You can pause this video anytime you want to go ahead and fill it in, okay? And this is your homework for tonight, is to finish this. So let's look. So the first thing we have is a plasma or cell membrane. Its function is it regulates what enters and leaves a cell, what comes in, what comes out, and special information is it's flexible, called fluid mosaic. It's very fluid. It surrounds all what we call eukaryotic cells, which you have, and described as a lipid bilayer. So these are made of lipids, and if you think about it, it's like the outside of a bubble. Cytoplasm. Function is fluid inside the cell. Organelles are suspended within the cytoplasm. Oops, I did forget to tell you, this plasma cell membrane, it is in plant and animals. Cytoplasm is a fluid inside the cell, and the organelles are suspended or within the cytoplasm. A special thing is the cell is divided into two parts. It has a nucleus and then the cytoplasm. Here's the nucleus. You can see the picture for the cytoplasm, and all organelles that we'll talk about are in the cytoplasm. This is also in plant and animals. The nucleus, okay? The nucleus is right here. You'll see this right here, and it contains the genetic information, or DNA, or nucleic acid. Control center of the cell. This controls everything that goes on in the cell. Special information is it's surrounded by a nuclear, what we call a nuclear envelope, that allows the materials in and out of the cell. And these nucleuses are also in plants and animals. The nucleolus, not to be confused with the nucleus, the nucleolus. Its function is it contains the DNA in the nucleus and is where ribosomes are assembled. So you can see here, this is a blow up. You have the nucleus, which is in the very center, and then you actually have the nucleolus, which actually surrounds it on the inside, outside of the nucleus, and that's where ribosomes are kind of made. And we'll talk more about ribosomes, but it can see in the nucleus as the dark spot. So the nucleus is the center part, and these are in plant and animals. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are, their function are cellular factory of the cell. They make proteins. Ribosomes make our proteins. And the special information, cells that make more protein have more ribosomes. So you can see these are on another one that we can call rough endoplasmic reticulum. The little dots on there, those are the ribosomes. And you can see they're kind of in the cell here. They're just little dots, okay? And these are in plants and animals. Golgi apparatus. The goal function of a Golgi apparatus is to modify, sort, and package materials inside the cell. It's kind of like the UPS or FedEx of the cell. And special information is materials include proteins and lipids. That's what they kind of use and have. And the Golgi body is definitely in plants and animals. The rough endoplasmic reticulum. Its function is where proteins are made and transported within the cell. The endoplasmic reticulum is a transportation system. This is like the bus system of the cell. It makes things go back and forth. And special info is rough because it has ribosomes on the surface. If you remember, if it's rough, it's because it has these little dots on here. This is actually the smooth. It looks just like it, but also the endoplasmic reticulum is just outside the nucleus. Okay. So that is one way you can tell the difference between the Golgi apparatus out here and the endoplasmic reticulum. If you can tell, the endoplasmic reticulum is right outside the nucleus and the Golgi apparatus is outside that. Okay, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its function is where lipids are made and transported within the cell. Special information is the endoplasmic reticulum always located near the nucleus. So the smooth one is just usually around the rough one. The rough one has the dots or the ribosomes around it, and the smooth does not. These are in plants and animals. Lysosomes. They are a little bit bigger than the ribosomes that almost look like dots, but their function is to break down and remove materials no longer needed in the cell. So they are like the garbage trucks. They are the cleanup crew. They take things out that the cell doesn't need anymore. Special information, if they do not work properly, it can cause disease. So if there's things in there, just like if you don't get rid of all the fluids and stuff that you don't use, it's bad for you. It's also bad for the cells. So this is like our garbage truck. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these are in plants and animals. Microfilaments. Microfilaments, their function is solid thread-like proteins, provide support for the cell. So they make this so the cell doesn't collapse on itself. Special information is they can also be used for cell movement, which we can call ciliary flagella. So microfilaments can be used in different ways to make it rigid so it doesn't fall apart, and then also for movement. So you can kind of see this is a blown up microscope picture of some microfilaments, and here's the nucleus right in there. There's your nucleolus on the outside of that, and then you can see a bunch of different microfilaments. Okay, these are in plants and animals. Microtubules now, their function is hollow structures made up of protein that help maintain cell shape. So the difference between the microfilaments, they're kind of like just strings, and microtubules, they're like tubes, so they kind of look like PVC tube. Their special information is together with microfilaments, they make up what we call the cytoskeleton, just like your bones make up your skeleton. The cyto, like cytoplasm skeleton. So between the microfilaments and the microtubules, that's how the cell does not collapse and it keeps its shape. So you can see here's the nucleus again with the nucleolus and then some microtubule networks. These are in plants and animals. The chloroplast, its function is capture energy from sunlight and convert it into chemical energy, which is called photosynthesis, which we'll talk about in later units. And the special information is found in the green parts of plants only. Notice it says plants only. These are not plant and animals. Chloroplasts are only found in plants. You do not perform photosynthesis. Only plants do. The mitochondria, its function is it's the powerhouse of the cell. It converts chemical energy into compounds the cell can use. Special info is all cells contain mitochondria, and cells that use a lot of energy have a lot of mitochondria. So the more mitochondria a cell has, the more energy it's going to use. So these are just the powerhouses of the cell, and these are in plants and animals. The cell wall, it is on the outside of the cell membrane. So provides the cell and protects the cell and provides support. And the special information is only in plant cells and some prokaryotes, which are simpler cells. So the cell wall is actually on the outside of the cell membrane, and these are only in plant cells. And they have these so that they don't fall over, they don't break. They can be done by the wind, can blow on them, and it won't break the plant. So this cell wall is only in plants, not animals, only in plants. A vacuole. The function of a vacuole is it stores materials in the cells. Special information is plants have large central vacuoles. Some animal cells have multiple smaller vacuoles. So they are just kind of the storage units of it, and you can see that it's in plants and animals. Okay, and it's just a big empty space. So you can see the mitochondria there too. Centrioles, their function is to help organize cell division in animal cells, and you'll see that as we get into mitosis and meiosis later on. And the special, it's a type of microtubule. So these are the centrioles. It looks like it's a tube within a tube, right? It's got an empty in the center, and then it's got empty tubes here. So these are microtubules, but put them all together in a circle with a hollow in the middle. Those are centrioles, okay? These are in plants and animals, okay? So that would be it for your cell organelle. So this is your homework tonight, is just to finish your table in your notebook. There is no summary. There is no reflection of the notes. Just go ahead and finish that table. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great day.